Hey everybody, this is Axel Blaze. Hello, it's me from off camera. Here with my latest video for the channel. Like I said at the beginning of May, this Friday's episode is a mega manga unboxing video. And the manga that I'm about to share with you, all 45 volumes, are ones that my girlfriend Nicole, aka Pastel You, and I bought over the last... No, these specifically were ones that we bought last month, but we were buying a lot of manga between March and April, and even earlier than that, just capitalizing on a bunch of sales online, especially a bunch of buy two get one free sales. And this is the super haul that we were able to get. All of the manga that you're about to see are all Viz Media manga. So these are ones that you can get through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, pretty easy. You can also get them digitally through Viz Media's website or through the Shonen Jump app for the most part, if not for free or through the subscription. A lot of the ones that you see are going to be some of like the most popular recent ones that you see online. As for the buttons and the mat, these are just kind of here for me to have a placeholder, just so I know where I can place things on this mat, so I'm not placing things either too high or too low that you guys can't see it. Just so I don't have to do another one of those, or another redo of like my dice unboxing that I did for my very first video coming back with the channel. Before I get into these manga, did also want to let you guys know that I started up a Discord channel. It's called Crazy Noisy Shonen Town, and it's a Discord where we can discuss manga, anime, tokusatsu, music, collectibles, all that kind of stuff. Spoilers are allowed because we are discussing manga and whatnot. So I'll have a link to that Discord server in the description below. So if any of you are interested in joining, by all means, feel free. The more the merrier. The more people that we can get on discussions, the better. So with that being said, let's get into it. And the first manga series that I bought into, one of my current favorites, is Black Clover. Ended up getting volumes 1 through 6 of these. And I myself have not read any of the manga yet. I've only watched the anime, but just absolutely love Black Clover so far. The art style is, I personally love. I mean, I love the art of every single manga that you're going to be seeing here, but Black Clover definitely, I think, has some of the better art out there, and that's part of the reason why it's done so well in Shonen Jump so far. So those are volumes 1 through 3, and then volumes 4, 5, and 6. So pretty much all the ones that you see here are leading up to when Yami fights Licht in the anime. So volumes 1 through 6 covered a lot of ground for the anime. I want to say 16-ish episodes? Not fresh in my... No. Not close to that. Because this would go into like the 24 episode range of Black Clover. No. The 25 to 36 range. Yeah, that's right. So they covered a lot of ground in these 6 volumes of manga. That is definitely for sure. But I forgot to share the backs. Just love this series, and I can't recommend it enough. Whether you watch the anime, specifically the dub, or read the manga. So next up, you guys know I can't shut up about this series, but Eyeshield 21. Along with Black Clover and a bunch of the ones that you're going to see, got volumes 1 through 6 of this series too. Nicole and I kind of wanted a smorgasbord of anime, or manga, and these were the ones that we kind of picked out, and I love Murata's art style. Murata, obviously the one that does the art, or the redone art for the One Punch Man series, but Eyeshield 21, I mean, this is where I fell in love with him, and Eyeshield 21 is my favorite sports manga series of all time right now, and I needed to get these in my life, and I am so happy that I was able to find them online and easy enough to get, because there are so many manga out there where, especially if they're older ones, where they are super hard to get. Shaman King, which I have about 2/3 of it, is another prime example of like one of the series that's hard to get. So, but I love iShield 21. I want to say that I have read this series over 3 to 4 times already. I love it. I've read all like 300 some chapters that many times. And of course, obviously, I love it that much that I'm going to be doing a video about it next Friday with more details on that at the end of this video. Speaking of sports series, though, and with the buttons on the left side of the screen, picked up some volumes of Haikyuu, and I just realized that's volume 2. So here's volume 1. Volume 1, 2, 3, with some of my favorite characters front on the covers. This is another one where I love Haikyuu, and I am super excited that the 4th season of the anime is going to happen. I want to say at the end of this year, either end of this year or beginning of next year. Like, it's coming back, and it's been forever since we had season 3 with its just 10 episode run. I mean, that being said, they needed to cover more ground in the manga before they could get back to the anime, but my girlfriend and I just absolutely love Haikyuu. And for those that have seen my cosplay page, I did a very impromptu cosplay of Suki, where I borrowed a friend's cosplay to dress up as him. And I've also done, why can't I think of your name from Nekoma? I'm so mad that I forgot his name, but the captain of Nekoma, I did a cosplay of him, and I'm gonna edit in the comments how I'm so dumb for forgetting him and his name, but love him. I still have his outfit, although for anyone that's bought a Haikyuu cosplay online and you're a guy, you all know how short those shorts are, and it is obnoxious. Now for a throwback of sorts, got volumes 1 through 6 of Hunter x Hunter. Now this was another one I was genuinely surprised was actually easy enough to get online. And believe it or not, they are actually printing the more recent chapters that were kind of interspersed in between hiatuses. I noticed that on Barnes & Noble's website that like pre-orders were open for like volume, I want to say 36 of the manga. So for people that are looking to get their hands on the physical copies of like the more current stuff, they are coming. So definitely look out for that. And for those that don't know, Hunter x Hunter, Yoshihiro Togashi. It's really hard to read these upside down. For those that might remember the name, he's actually the created Yu Yu Hakusho before Hunter x Hunter. So for those that think, oh man, that art style looks, kind of familiar, that's because he did Hunter x Hunter, he did Yu Yu Hakusho before he did Hunter x Hunter. He's also married to the creator of Sailor Moon. Interesting trivia there. And I also want to say he was the mentor for the artist for Siren. Wait. No, I could be wrong on that. Was he the mentor for Siren? Maybe. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to double check online. I think he was the mentor for Siren's creator, and then Siren's creator was the mentor for Beelzebub. Just a lot of stuff. Pay me no mind. Pay me mind because you're watching this video, but I'm rambling. Alright, next up, My Hero Academia. Okay, so, got volumes, what are these? Volumes 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now, important thing here, Volumes 12 and 13 are the last volumes of the content that was covered in season 3 of My Hero Academia, and these two onwards are the ones that are going to be covered in the new anime coming up later this year in the fall. So for people that either want to read ahead, that have only watched the anime so far, this is where you want to start. Otherwise, for people that want to read but not spoil themselves for the stuff that's coming up, then by all means stop at volume 13. But I love how on all the My Hero Academia, the backs for them, they have like the comic style for each of these, and by all means, like the art on these is just as great as the ones on the back or on the fronts. So definitely worth collecting. Yep. So I'm moving my buttons out of the way. Okay. All right, we are halfway done. We're halfway done. That is good. All right. Big boy time. One Punch Man, volumes 1 through 7. I already mentioned them before, but Murata, his artwork just evolved for One Punch Man. I mean, this stuff is gorgeous. Like, the anime, well, the first season of the anime does, you know, his art justice, but the manga is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, just like the art on both the front and the back is great, and I didn't notice this until like I took a closer look, but the art on the spine, for those that can see it, is actually different from the art that's on the front, which is kind of unusual. I mean, usually for any like series where they have art on the front and art on the spine, it's usually like a clip of what's on the front. So I think that's actually really unique that they have a different piece of art on both the front and on the spine. So volumes 4, 5, and 6 there. I still need to cosplay Puri Puri Prisoner one day. One day I'm gonna make it happen. I don't know when that day is gonna be, but I'm going to cosplay Puri Puri Prisoner, and it's gonna be fantastic. Maybe I'll do this outfit, maybe not. I make no guarantees on that, but man, One Punch Man is so gorgeous. And while I have my complaints for season 2 so far, I will say that the story is fantastic. And then there's volume 7 of One Punch Man. So again, for people wondering where like the anime stops and where in the manga, volume 7 is the last volume that covered season 1 of One Punch Man, and then season 8 moving forward covers season 2. I don't know how far they'll get into it, maybe volume 15, that's my guess, but for those that want to see the manga itself, it's definitely worth a read, just because the visuals in the manga are absolutely amazing. Season 1 does it justice. Season 2, not so much. Alright, speaking of great series though, The Promised Neverland. Oh my god. So, The Promised Neverland, in my opinion, is one of the greatest new series to come out of Shonen Jump, just period. I haven't read the manga. I have only watched the anime. So I am actually stopping myself from going any further, because I specifically want to watch it, because the animated adaptation has been absolutely just fantastic. It is definitely worth a watch if you haven't already. Hands down, one of the best series in terms of suspense that's out there, especially modern day. You will not go wrong by watching The Promised Neverland, or reading it for that matter. And speaking of reading it, volume 5, this is where the current anime season 1 ends. So if you don't want to spoil yourself any further, volume 6 moving forward is covering stuff that hasn't been done in the anime yet. volume 5 is the last volume that is covered by the anime. So if you want to stop yourself and strictly watch it, that's where you know where to stop. I'm as tempting as it is to keep going, I'm gonna read up to here and then stop and wait for the next season to be animated. And I mean, by all means, because I know that the manga in Shonen Jump that's currently running is in its final arc. I don't know where it's at in that regard, but I do know that it is in its final arc. So by the time that the second season of the anime comes out, by all means, the manga itself could be over. So we'll see. That being said, with the Promised Neverland, that actually takes care of all of the softcover manga that I got, and the remaining books that we have are all hardcover ones, which I have a special place in my heart for any of the hardcover manga. I mean, that's JoJo, Junji Ito, the Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal editions, which are currently being released. Those are all hardcover. Definitely looking for more options out there. I know the Overlord novels are also hardcover, and their art is absolutely gorgeous. That's going to be one of the next things I cover, or try to get, but for now, speaking of Junji Ito, we got the latest book collection that came out, Smashed. So interesting, bit of information here. Nicole absolutely loves the Junji Ito books. Every book that we've gotten has been one that she has picked out. I believe she has every single one of these so far that has come out, and they're great to look at on the shelf. I myself, I'm a little bit squeamish, so I don't read these so much. I will attempt to in the future, but not at this point. And then the last series that I have books for is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And with this last sale, we went and we got all 10 books from Part 3, Stardust Crusaders. And I think hands down, JoJo has my favorite hardcover books. Because, I mean, the style of these is absolutely gorgeous. It is just also fantastic to see Araki's original art style before it was changed for the anime. Because, I mean, it was 25 years between when Phantom Blood manga came out and when the most recent anime adaptation happened. So that just goes to show how long it's been. And I mean, that being said, Part 8 is currently running monthly, and I absolutely love Part 8 right now. There are some people out there that are kind of like, oh, it's just dragging on because it's monthly, and I don't blame them for that, because it's really hard to stick with a monthly series because you get so hyped for it. Yes, you get a bigger 50-ish chapter, 50-ish page chapter anytime it's released, but you have to wait about 30 days, if not 2 months in some situations, for a resolution, if not yet another cliffhanger. I will say I love, especially with the Part 3 books, that they have their respective stands on the back. That is really good looking stuff. Oh, Avdol. Poor Avdol. I love Avdol's character, but he was did dirty in that series. Darby, the older, and Iggy. So what's kind of interesting to me is that Volume 8 of Stardust Crusaders is absolutely tiny compared to the other books in the series. I'll pull this Part 9 or Volume 9 out in comparison. Look at how skinny that is. You look at that. I don't know I'm sure once I actually read it, like it'll make sense, like why this one was as like short as it was. But that is such a difference. But I will say, the eldest Darby, that is one of my favorite parts of Stardust Crusaders. Just because it was great seeing not, you know, just a freaking slugfest, but like an actual mental battle. That was absolutely fantastic. And then we got volumes 9 and volume 10 with Dio. Man, it's it's so interesting looking at Dio from the manga compared to Dio in the anime. Just the blatant difference in his appearance. Zoroardo. Oh man, they did the JoJo books right. When they made these hardcovers, they did the JoJo series right. They just are absolutely fantastic. For anyone that's looking to collect them, I highly recommend it. I do warn that every book, since they are hardcover, retails regularly for $20. So if and when you can get them on sale, by all means, do it if you can, because otherwise it can get pricey in order to get the full collection. And I will say the last book, also JoJo. So, part 4 has finally been turned into a physical manga. And as you will already notice, yes, they deviated from the style of parts 1 through 3 with the manga, but I am okay with that. Because like this first volume, I think this looks fantastic. I love the purple to black gradient. I love the diamond, not only for the volume marker, but also on the spine. They put diamonds on this entire part. I think that looks fantastic. And then they just got full art on the back too. Like this, if this is the new direction that they're going for part 4, part 5, part 6, and whatnot, I am okay with this. I think this looks great. I think having part 1 through 3 look the way that they did was the right call. I think changing things up for the newer parts is going to be great, especially if they do the ladybugs on the spine and whatnot for part 5. I think that will be fantastic. So those are all the manga that we got from the last part of the sale. So the next thing that you guys are going to see is the manga in my bookshelves, and let's see how the collection looks from there. Alright, so I'm going to do a really quick sweeping tour of the bookshelves after everything just got rearranged, putting all the new manga and whatnot in there. I know for some of you guys this is also a first-hand look, a little bit more in-depth at the bookshelf that I own with Nicole. Showing off all the books, collectibles, etc. I know there's a lot here, and I need to, in some regards, figure out some better places to put stuff, just because there is just a lot. That's why we really need to get a third bookshelf if possible, or utilize the shelves that we already have anyway. But with that being said, those are my bookshelves. That's all the manga put in there. I thank you guys for tuning in to this mega unboxing video. Stay tuned for next week Friday, where we do our new video series, the arcs that anime forgot, starting off with Eyeshield 21. If I haven't already talked about that series, its author and artist enough. And if you guys have missed the previous videos in this series, I will have links to those at the end, including the May release schedule. For now, this is Axel Blaze, and I'm still off camera. Bye-bye.